Oh my God. That was one of the things like I wish I had my phone out for because I wanted to snap some of the stuff that had happened that evening.
Yeah.
But I was having too much fun and I didn't have my phone out for once in my life. So I missed a chance to record my mom vigorously spanking herself.
I feel like that would have come in handy later in life.
Yes.
You know, it's just like there's
You just have the story, though.
I know, it's true. If you Google grown woman water fight, you will find a video of my mom and her old roommate, Nikki, flinging water at each other. It is hilarious, and it has like over 1,000 hits, which I'm surprised, but apparently it's a thing. And my mom is like so embarrassed by it, and every time I show it to her, she cracks up though. So I'm like,
She's not that embarrassed about
I'm like,
it.
are you actually embarrassed, or do you think it's hilarious like everybody else does? My mom just kept yelling.
My mom and her roommate decide to get real, ... with water bottles. Because I just looked that up.
Well, of course you have to, and you'll during the break you'll have to watch it, or at some point you'll have to watch it because you have to have the audio on that one. My mom is like calling Nikki a jerk over and over again. And the way she says it is so magical. I still crack up when I see this video, and it's like been over a year since we did it because it was Christmas.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, good times for everyone. So, how were your guys' Thanksgivings? What did you guys do?
Mellow, mostly hung out yakking with the nieces and nephews. The usual, helping them through their bad decision phase. That's what I do.
What a nice guy.
I'm the crazy uncle that's been there and done that, so they can. Uncle Dave, is it true? Yeah, I'm that uncle. Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Well,
that's basically probably going to be the aunt that I am.
but that's a good thing to have. Everybody needs. I had an uncle like that, and he was awesome. I mean, he's still around. I just never see him.
Right.
But yeah, I think you need that aunt or uncle, that person that you can relate to, that's related to you,
I've never had that.
you can relate to.
We've never had that.
Because my aunt was 9 years, or is, because she's still alive, 9 years older than I am, and she's the one that basically, is. If you're looking for someone to blame, she's primarily responsible for my personality. I mean, she's the one who, when I was like 7, 8 years old, was taking me to Black Sabbath concerts, to go see History of the World Part 1 and Caddyshack, those kind of movies, all the Cheech and Chong movies. So she's primarily responsible for who I am today, I think.
Well, thank you.
Should we be saying thank you, or is there another word that we're looking
Right.
for?
Well,
I'm just saying.
I don't even know where to start.
Meg has stories about her Thanksgiving,
It's
but
not
she was
even-
drunk for like pretty much the whole thing.
From maybe 2:00 on. But
There were reasons.
there are reasons. We got up early in the morning, like I'm talking 5:30 in the morning, which nobody ever really wants to get up that early.
Hell no.
Went to the parade that my father-in-law was supposed to join us in, but because he decided he was going to have a hissy fit, he didn't go. So it was just his wife and 2 of their friends and Tom and I. I was cold. I didn't think I was going to be that cold, but I was cold.
Her glass cutters were out.
Oh, my God, were they?
I could see them from my house. So, yeah.
But we ended up leaving just a little bit before it ended because I didn't want to be in traffic because I'd end up murdering somebody.
As you do.
Yeah, all the time. Clearly, you witnessed today. I don't play around. And then we went to my mother's house. Okay, so my mother lives in Sterling Heights, and it's a drive for me because I live downriver.
In Wyandotte.
But, she wants us to hang out, I don't even want to say hang out because that's not even what it was. She wanted us to spend Thanksgiving together, which her idea of spending Thanksgiving together is her cooking, and then for the rest of the afternoon, she disappears, which I hate. Because you want me to come over to spend time with family, but you're never there. You spend the rest of it up in your room. My mom is a recluse.
Yeah, but she doesn't get to see you a lot, so why wouldn't she be downstairs, hanging
Exactly.
out? She doesn't have to do anything.
Exactly.
She could just sit and chill.
So, her boyfriend, Larry, he has grandkids. He left to go and grab them, which oh my God, that was like the best decision known to man. These kids are like the cutest things ever. There's one who's not even, I think he might be a year old. And then the other one's like maybe I think he's 2 or 3. But they're both like little tornadoes. Cutest thing ever. They're little mixed curly hair. They're just adorable little kids that are destructive. Which is great. So we got to spend it with them. But meanwhile, before they got there, my younger brothers, they're little assholes.
She loves them, though.
I love my
she
brothers.
Does.
I really do. But they're assholes.
They're at that age, though. They're teenagers.
Yes.
I mean, teenagers equal assholes. I mean, that's kind of the law.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm an asshole. But I'm at least, like, when my mom's like, hey, you kind of heard it in her voice, like when she's like, I don't think we're gonna be doing Christmas this year. Nobody wants to help put up decorations and blah blah blah. And I'm just thinking, like, dude, it's November, and literally it's Thanksgiving, and you want us to put decorations up? Like, you couldn't even wait the day after, which is normally what I do.
She wanted you to do it on Thanksgiving.
Yes. Basically, she wants a tradition where we put up Christmas stuff on Thanksgiving so that she doesn't have to do it. But
so basically, she's using her children for labor,
as she has her whole entire, or our whole entire lives. Let's not
That's
get
a
into
whole
that.
other
That was about to
story.
say, yes. So
we ain't got time for that.
while we're putting up this tree, like, I ended up doing it myself. I ended up putting the tree up by myself. I started putting the bulbs on there, and I got really upset because nobody else was helping me. So I was just like, screw it. I helped my mom chop up some potatoes for mashed potatoes, which is fine with me. I'll help my mom cook. I'll help her while I'm there.
Right.
But meanwhile, while that was all happening, the boys were supposed to help me. None of them wanted to help. She starts screaming at the top of her freaking lungs. Like, I'm talking, my mom, she's either barely talking or she's screaming. So it's like one extreme or the other.
She's got the sass mouth.
And I understand where I get it from, but like, I can't. So basically, she's screaming at the top of her lungs. I feel like she's about to have a minor heart attack. Like, her face is getting red. Like, if the Hulk was a person in real life, it'd probably be my mom, because I swear she was almost like Hulk smash.
I feel like we need to have a segment on this show that's just called Days of Meg's Life.
I swear.
Like, you
Oh
know,
my
because
gosh.
you always come in here with
I
these,
have great stories.
Your life is like, especially when it comes to your family, it's like crazy.
I have great stories. I mean, maybe some people don't think they're that
So
great.
what was the last straw that drove you to call your brother before he got there and be
my
like,
God.
bring me some Crown?
It was that. It was literally like, she started screaming.
I feel like I'm interviewing her now.
I know.
Warming up.
Well, yes, but literally, like, I'm putting up the tree or trying to put decorations on it, and we're all having fun, and we're throwing the bulbs on the tree instead of actually putting them on the tree. So we're throwing them, trying to see if they actually stick on the tree. Which for us, I mean, they're kids. I mean, they're teenagers, young adults, whatever. So we're just having fun. Of course, we were still putting bulbs on the tree.
You were actively working.
Yes.
You were just working in your own way.
Exactly. She didn't
Damn
like
it.
that. So she started screaming at my brother. My brother started getting an attitude and stomping away. And my mom's like, if you don't want to help, I'm not doing anything anymore. Blah. There's not going to be a Christmas at all. You're not getting. Oh my God. I was just like, I was looking at Tom. Tom was looking at me. I looked at the tree. The tree was just like.
The tree was looking back at her.
Exactly. Like, it was just like maybe a minute or two of just looking back and forth at each other. Until finally I was like, okay. I text my brother and I was like, yo, on your way here, could you please bring me or stop at the store and bring some Crown, anything, tequila, something strong
something that will make me happy again.
Exactly.
Bring the happy juice.
maybe 30 minutes later, he rolls up and starts unloading. His girlfriend's there. We're all saying our hellos, and then she pulls out a bag of Crown, and I'm just like, I love you. She's like, I didn't know what size there was. And this is me.
She's Swedish.
Yes, she is.
So
sweetest girl ever. And She's like, I didn't know there were different sizes. And I'm like, okay. I was like, whatever you got is good. I'll drink it. You could have brought me a shot, and I would have accepted it with glee. So please. And my brother's looking at me. He's like, what's wrong? I was like, what isn't wrong? I was like, our entire family is fucked. I was like, mom's screaming. The boys are acting like a bunch of jerks. I'm getting the blame of this because apparently I just exist in this world. And he kind of just looked at me like, what? I'm like, well, yeah, so I'm going to drink. Went immediately started pouring myself.
I'm tagging out. Your turn.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically how it was.
She went to her little corner.
I was looking at Tom. Tom was, again, looking at me. I was looking at my cup. My cup was kind of looking at Tom, but Tom didn't want anything to do with it. That's just how it works.
Shit got weird.
Then, we ate. I continued to drink, and I'm now, instead of taking care of everything else, I'm taking care of the small children who are destroying my mother's house, throwing paper, the newspaper she wanted me to bring everywhere. So they're leaving trails of newspaper and Black Friday deal magazines
I'm getting
everywhere.
Anxiety from hearing this story. Like,
now you understand how I feel.
See, I would have left. That's the difference between you and me. I would have been out of there.
I enjoyed it.
Y'all are crazy.
As weird as it sounds, I enjoyed it because
there was alcohol
I
at
was
the
about
end
to
of the
say
tunnel.
yes, because I had Crown
Because
and
booze.
Coke. So I was just like, I was picking up I had a drink in one hand and I'm picking up this kid, putting him down, grabbing the other kid, twisting him upside down with my drink in my hand, taking a sip. And in this one, it's just back and forth until finally Tom's like, okay, that was my mom. She's wondering where we are. And I'm looking at my husband. I was like, fuck your mom. Fuck my mom. I'm gonna move when I want to move, okay? Just screw the world. And I swear to God that is almost exactly what came out of my mouth.
Again with the respect thing that we were discussing before
Yes.
the show.
And
Megan doesn't know the meaning of it.
I love my mom. I love her. And a part of me loves his mom too, just not a lot. I just can't.
It's just a tiny little. It's one of the smallest little tiny corners of her heart.
She drives me insane. She means well, but I swear if we're not going to get into that. Never mind. I was about to step into a dark corner of my life, and we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
So it
long
was just
story short.
long story short. I ended up drinking, and so I go home, or we didn't go home. We get into the car and head to his brother's house, which is like 45 minutes past our house. So not only do we have to drive past Wyandotte from Sterling Heights, we're going into freaking Sumter. I lose as soon as we get there. I head to the bathroom. I put my stuff down, head to the bathroom, walk past every single person in the house, wave, just like casually just waving and walking. I was determined.
Queen wave?
Yes, I was determined to. My brother-in-law has a liquor cabinet. That's where I was going, and I turned around and I couldn't find any Crown, and I looked at Malcolm. Do you have any Crown? And he kind of just looked at me, and he's like,
you sound like you're possessed. I would have looked at you. You sounded possessed, Megan.
And he kind of just looked at me. He's like, I don't think I do. My heart sank because he doesn't have, he had some tequila, but I was just like, if I drink tequila now, that means that's like I'm officially drinking. Like that's
game on.
Exactly. That's game on.
I'm barfing tonight, y'all. Woo!
Either that or I might just pass out on the floor.
That's the day when I told the entire family what I really think of them.
Exactly. That's basically what happened. So I grabbed myself a drink and he's like, oh, there's Gentleman's Jack in there. So I pour myself a drink. I was like, fine, I could do with that. We're talking to family. Tom's stressing about stuff. And everybody's asking us what we want for Christmas or what we need. I told them I need a freaking refrigerator. So unless they can pull one out of their magic bag for Christmas, it's okay. We're good. After that, I went down to the basement and chilled with the kids because, after you have enough adult time, sometimes you got to spend a little one-on-one time with your little nieces and nephews. That's when shit really hit the fan.
We don't even have time for this whole story before we go to break.
I'm not going to get into it, but let's just say that I almost killed a child. And then I
Just
I had a drink.
Like, accidentally or on purpose?
Like on purpose.
Oh, well, I was trying to
almost. Almost.
Like
Sorry.
it was a thought in her head. It wasn't
Yes.
something that she was physically
no,
going to do.
Yeah, like
But
there were a couple of
One of those
scenarios that I was running.
True lies, flashes that seems very real.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you just have to realize, oh no, and keep drinking.
Right.
You go back to reality. Can't do
Let's
that.
just say
we'll go to jail.
I was switching up my drinks because I was like, which way can I get more of a stronger drink? Just drinking the entire bottle will do. But then I'm leaving my brother-in-law with an empty bottle. So I ended up eventually at the end of the night on the way home, I still had a cup of cranberry and vodka, more vodka than cranberry on the way home.
As it should be.
On the way home, and I was just like sipping on it, and I think I got done like halfway home, not even down the street.
Megan had a drunk Thanksgiving.
Yes.
It sounded like you needed it.
Oh,
Sounded
God.
sounded a little hectic. Like many of Dave's stories were like super simple. We're like,
Oh,
we
yeah,
hung
just hanging out
out.
with the
Yeah.
family.
It was
My
all
mom
right.
was throwing water
Meg's
on
like,
everybody.
everything's terrible.
It wasn't terrible.
I know.
I mean,
It's
I
just- it
enjoyed myself.
just sounded a
but
little
it's just I needed a lot
crazy.
of drinking to help coat that, to shellac that, like a thick layer of acrylic. Yeah, we're good.
Well, okay, so our show's going to be a little different today than it normally is. Usually we do the first hour where we BS and talk about this kind of thing. But we do have 2 in-studio guests that are going to be joining us here after we do the break. It's going to be a shorter interview. They both have to work today, so we kind of switch things up. We're going to do the rest of our super fun talking at 6 o'clock. We're going to take a quick break right now. We're going to be back with Eddie Johnson and Reggie Person, the stars of The Son of Wolverine and Storm, which is a web series that is made here in Detroit. So we'll be right back with our guests.
With them.
Yes, with our guests.
Yeah.
Yes.